What I wanted to show you first is a few overview on Kugler, what we do, who we are, and why we should be on your presentation with the inventors of Switzerland. And also I will give you some of the biggest challenge that we faced, that we try basically to improve the situation with coaching. Yes, we've been coached. And also a third point that nobody really speaks about is what are the conditions within a company to be coached, because it's not easy to be coached from the inside. Let me start by a few words on Kugler. So if you come here by train, by plane, or by boats, you have used a Kugler part, that's sure. You can see it's still owned by the family. I'm part of the 6th generation. I didn't plan to be there, but I had no choice, and I will tell you later on why. Okay. So as we said in French, le poisson pue par la tête, fish rots from the head. So to give you an idea, when I joined the company 5 years ago, I was looking at some pricing issue, lots of things, lot of problems. And I wrote to one of the engineers saying that, have you looked on the field? How long do they take to do the machining? Because time equals money. So are you sure about your pricing? 5 minutes later, I just got an email back from this guy saying, do it yourself. So you can imagine that this company was in a very difficult situation. I will talk about the finance. No organization, no motivation, no good people. Where is Domenico? I think it was a real nightmare. So I don't know if I was suicidal when I signed, but at least I signed. And so then this is basically where we came from before the coaching. So I said to myself, there's no way I can do it alone because nobody will help me within the company. So I need help from the outside. And actually what we've done is pretty easy. Is the idea being that what would be the company where I would work for? What would be the meaning of this? And for that, that's pretty easy. You need freedom, you need to feel safe, and also you need to give a meaning. I was talking about the new guys. If they don't have a meaning, I mean, there's no point of waking up in the morning and come back to work. We basically work with a consultant. We make a lot of brainstorming and lots of things. And what happened today is just a few hints on what we do. So what we've done is, actually together we created a sphere of competencies, which means that everybody has his own freedom, liberty, and 100% control on what he is doing. I mean, what would be the role of a CEO going to a guy who's doing foundry for 20 years to give him advice? If I do the parts, then the plane will go down, for sure, for sure. So this is what we've done. We've also created a natural organization, so this is not a big, I would say, big mess. Things are organized because we've defined a vision. We have a vision, we know where we want to go. We have defined also limits, which is love your client and respect human being as much as you can. Because producing parts and killing your employees is not the best things to live in the long term. So this is how coaching has helped us basically to create a new way of management. You raise management. Just to give you another example, we have decided with the board that the net income is divided in 3 parts: capex, shareholders, employees. Everybody does that. The thing is, for the employees, everybody gets the same share. So it's equally shared. I get the same bonuses as everybody within the company, because everybody has an impact on the way we produce the parts, on the way the Kugler is producing. So this is the type of things that we've been creating together with some help from the outside. And I can tell you that this was successful. Okay, so this is what I got 5 years ago. So imagine when you produce parts for this, it's either you increase prices, which is difficult, and then you got the Swiss francs, and we lost 50% in 5 years or 6 years of productivity. So it's 7% a year about the last 5 years to get productivity. This is what we inherited. You get also maintenance costs, very high. You get parts that are broken. So a big mess. We work with some state agency that are backed for certain leasing that also helped us. So this could have been, I would say, possible and effective without the help from the outside. So today we have new machines. That's easy. You just have to buy them and lease them, but then you have to use them But the problem was actually to find the leasing for that. And we have no debt, which means it's always easy when you don't spend 10% of your P&L to give the bank what they earn. So this is one of the other example. It's called a spaghetti chart for the specialists. So we were saying that, okay, we still have 8 weeks of lead time, which is way too long in industry. So when you go to Boeing and you say it's 8 weeks, they ask you to repeat because they're not sure they get the answer. I know my English is not perfect, but they get it correctly. So we actually try to analyze, and we are doing that with Mr. Reyes from Platinn on the Lean, and we found out that the parts are walking 2 kilometers within the company. So nice travel, but it's too long. And also there's a lot of waste energy and time within the different process. So what we are actually doing is a Lean program with Platinn. And what we found out, it's still in progress. So over the last 2 months, we've analyzed the situation. And what we expect is something like 20 to 25% of efficiency. Another biggest challenge, and we work with Mr. Meyer on this one. I used to have people who were selling, like soap or tooth broth to the clients. And actually, as you can imagine, when you speak to the R&D developers of Boeing or other companies, the guys are pretty skilled. So there's no way you can have a basic sales. So what we've worked on is actually things that was difficult because you always in the day-to-day business. So you need time to basically think about other things. So sales strategy, value proposition, seems that are obvious now from the outside, but you need someone to help you. And we work with Platinn on this thing. Thank you.